Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jason Williams, and I'm with my tag team partner Blake Castetter, and we are the Sunday Funday guys. Blake, how you doing, my man? How's your week been?
It's been a great week, Jason.
It always
How's
is,
your
right?
week been?
Hey, another week in the books. We get to talk about fantasy. We get to talk about bets. Now the week
We're,
really begins on the weekend.
that's right. We're recording on a Saturday, which I appreciate your flexibility. I had a couple things going on.
No problem, my brother. I actually don't mind recording on Saturdays. It's a lot more laid back. I feel like the week is the week when we do it. Like it's a lot of other stuff going on. So I got in
We
a good
definitely
work.
squeeze it in on Thursday
Yeah,
nights or Wednesday nights.
we do. Those are long nights. Got a good workout in, did some ropes, did a sled, lifted some tires. Yeah, that all
Dang.
happened. Right? You want in
And
on
then
this action?
not at 4 a.m.
It was 8 today, man.
But then I show up pleading for my Bengals to please
Oh,
go get a quarterback that'll throw the rock and stop rolling
messing
with Jake
around.
Browning.
Messing
Gosh.
around. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys are looking or watching this on YouTube, Blake went throwback on us. He has a Jeff Blake jersey. And Blake, you just told me you had a little nickname back in the day. Let's get the fans in on this action.
Come on, man. It was fifth grade.
All
Jeff
right.
Blake's the man
All
coming into
right.
Cincinnati. And
Yep.
so, of course, with my name being Blake and his name being Jeff Blake and his nickname being Shaken Blake, it got tossed my way for a solid year or two.
Love it. You ate it up, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I still have the Jeff Blake t shirt.
You know now that I'm gonna have to call you this every once in a while, just to keep you honest. Keep you honest.
All right.
All right, folks, let's get right into. Oh, we got a lot of news and notes from week 4. Blake, well, you got some good stuff. You got some not so good stuff. So, if you want to elaborate with the fanatics out there about what happened on during week 4's tilts.
I'll leave that to you, Jason.
No,
This
no,
is
no, no,
fun. This
no,
is got to be fun for you. Come on.
no,
Go
no, no, no,
ahead.
no. No, are we talking about Jawan Johnson?
I mean, there's our first
That
note here is egg on Blake's face.
big egg on Blake's face. So let's remind the fanatics what happened last week at the tight end position. You told our people to start Jawan Johnson against the Bills for various reasons, i.e., oh well, the Bills haven't played really anybody, and they blah 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 blah. And on my side, it was well, the Bills are only giving up blah 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 amount of points to tight end. So why would you play a guy that does not do well against the Bills at the tight end position? So we started that little those comments last week, and lo and behold, Mr. Johnson would have had his worst game of the year so far, right? Maybe.
Yes, it was.
Okay, all right. I'm not gonna gloat too much because my time is coming at some point, but it needs to be
Next
said.
week.
Yeah, next it will be next week probably.
Watch.
All right, we're moving on from that. Injuries, buddy. A
I
lot
mean,
of
there was a
guys.
lot that happened last week injury wise, impacting fantasy. You've got Malik Neighbors and Tyreek Hill done for the year. Trey Benson, the backup running back in Arizona, to the IR, which opens up new running back opportunities. Lamar dealing with a hammy is expected to miss multiple weeks. Bucky Irving is out. Chuba Hubbard is out. Heading into this week, what running back do you want to own in Arizona? What wide receiver do you want to own in New York?
Eesh.
Can you trust Rashad White in Tampa? And now we've got 4 teams on bye with Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's when the buy start happened, and that's where we always talk about it. That's where the depth of your team comes into play. And obviously, those are teams with some pretty explosive guys, i.e., Bijan Robinson, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Caleb Williams. So if you've got guys on the buy, it's imperative that you find replacements and suitable replacements just to get you through the week. Once they come back, obviously you're starting them. But this is when the cream of the crop kind of rises to the top in terms of, hey, did I not only draft the easy guys? What did I do in like round 6 through 12 to give some depth to my team?
And then play that waiver wire.
Play the waiver wire always. All right.
Who do you like in Arizona, by the way, Jason?
I have no idea. I don't know.
DeMarcado or
I
Michael Carter?
I would say DeMarcado just because he gives you the pass element a little bit more. I'm sure Michael
Mhm.
Carter's the same, but it seems like that's his MO. He comes out of the backfield, catches passes, but now he's going to be tasked to actually, get tote the rock a little bit. So that's going to be interesting shakeout. That's a muddy running back room right off the rip. So you still can get those during the season. We talked about them obviously in our preseason episode, but when guys get hurt, again, that muddies the backfield for a lot of teams. And you got guys who probably you weren't even thinking about in the beginning of the year. Again, if you're looking at the waiver wire, you've got an opportunity to get a starting running back at this stage of the game. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yep. All right, let's do some start and sits here. Let's start with you this week. Who's your start of the week at quarterback, Blake?
Start of the week at quarterback, and overall, I'm projecting him to be the QB1 this week.
What? Whoa.
Justin Fields.
Wait, overall QB1?
That's what it said.
All right, we're gonna have to note this one too. I see. Go ahead.
Oh, do you have a QB1 projection?
Oh, I do, but I'm gonna let you go. Listen, I'll let you go first, right?
Okay.
All right.
So 2 full games under his belt. He's only played 2 games, right? 2 top 5 finishes. Both performances over 29 yards. Now he gets Dallas, who allows the most fantasy points to quarterbacks. How did Dallas get there? Every quarterback they've faced has scored at least 24 points. The last 3, Russell, Caleb, and Jordan Love all scored over 32 fantasy points. Jets were not impacted by the fantasy injury bug this past week. I like targeting Dallas because of shootout opportunity. Currently, this one's only at 47.5. I don't think it's going to be as much of a shootout, which is why you'll see my sit of the week at quarterback position is Dak Prescott. However, none of this whole scenario is new for Fields. Remember my breakouts episode?
Vaguely.
Justin Fields was one of them. 5th-year quarterback. How does a 5th-year quarterback the breakout? Telling you, Justin Fields was top 10 in 22 and in 23 with the Bears. Was off to the same start last year. He was the waiver wire pickup of the year with Pittsburgh, and then all of a sudden he got benched. Here we go again. If Justin Fields can stay healthy, he's going to be a top 10 quarterback without question. And this week, the matchup says QB1.
Overall.
Yep.
Okay. I agree with everything you say, but the caveat is, can he stay healthy? That's always been his issue. I think we both like Justin Fields and his ability to run, getting better as a passer, but in fantasy, his rushing yards are ridiculous. I mean, the touchdown he had against the Dolphins last week, that's a huge point total for a running back, let alone a quarterback. So with the guy that has the ball in his hands pretty much all the time, now running the ball too, again, in fantasy, that's why you take dual threat quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, overall number one, I'm not sure about that. That's. But here's the thing: is he going to be able to play the whole game? I mean, he's, rushing.
Wasn't he in concussion protocol, and that's the reason he was out?
Yeah, I mean,
okay. So it's not like he's banged up. He's back.
You don't think that can happen again? Maybe if he's running.
It can.
All right, fair enough. We'll watch.
So you've got someone that you want
to
mark and say you've got a QB1?
Oh, I definitely have a QB1. Okay. Definitely.
So what's the bet going to be? Is it going to be if neither of them are QB1, is it the closest one to QB1?
Oh, well, yeah, it has to be the closest to QB1, of course.
All right, let's roll.
Very good. So my start of the week, folks, is none other than Jared Goff. Number 11 in ESPN's rankings. Why are you shaking your head? No. I don't even know where I'm going. Oh,
let's hear it.
Because it's against the Bengals. I get it. Jared is coming off his lowest output of the year against the Browns, 16 for 27 for 168. Browns defense really good. Well, Mr. Goff and the Lions get the Bengals this week. And you know what that means, Blake. Points. The Bengals are 30th in the league in pass defense. There's only 32 teams. Can't get much worse. They give up the third most fantasy points to quarterbacks at 25.2 a game. A ton. This game could get ugly early, but the Lions will not let up, which means Mr. Goff can be in line for a huge day. They don't turn off the gas. Like if they see a wounded animal, they're taking advantage of it, i.e., a Bengal. They're going to finish it off. I think Justin Goff. I'm sorry. I think Jared Goff is a must start this week in any format. I don't care what the format is. If you got two quarterbacks, you're playing them, whatever, super flex, I don't care. And I believe he will be the number one quarterback overall this week against a Bengals defense that, again, as Bengals fans, we know is not very good. And that's an understatement.
Suspect at best.
At best.
Well, some interesting points you make, Jason.
Mm-hmm. The one point I didn't make, and I know you're going to bring this up, and you always do, Jared Goff playing outside. I'm not hearing it. It's going to be 85 degrees in Cincinnati with sunny, so that's not going to be an issue. I know you're thinking it. I know you. Go ahead.
Nope.
Okay, we're
nope.
good.
Good points. Good All points.
Right. Fair enough. We'll let the chips fall where they may.
I don't think the points are good enough, but we'll see.
All right. You never do.
So my sit of the week, like I said, Dak Prescott. I'm not ready to say that Dak Prescott is an every week fantasy starter without CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
I don't think he is.
Keep going.
And the Jets don't have a great defense. They really don't. But aside from the first week where they got a little beat up, by Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They held Baker to 17 points. They held Tua to 15 points, and they held Josh Allen to 11 points.
Okay.
This game's in New York, and much like our friend Jared Goff, Dak also has a history of not doing so well on the road. This year, he's had a 12-point game and an 8-point game. Last year, he averaged 14 points per game on the road. 2023, remember that year? Top 3 QB on the season? Only averaged 16 points on the road compared to 25 at home. I don't expect another 30-point show out from Dak this week. Don't chase the points.
So you're telling me you don't think he's going to be even a top 10 quarterback this week?
No.
What? No. Dak Prescott.
Nope. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. Not top 10.
Not top 12.
Oh, my God, Blake.
I'll put it in the notes right here.
What did you drink
Not
this morning?
Top 12.
What the hell you been drinking this morning, man?
What?
All right. Noted. Dak
Coffee
Prescott.
and water.
Coffee and water. So, okay. I don't even know what to say. Listen, if I got Dak Prescott, I'm starting him, obviously. And I'm expecting the Jets defense is not good. You just spelled it out. So why wouldn't Dak have a Dak type of game? I'm not saying he's going to have a game like last week because that was a little ridiculous, to say the least. But to say he won't be a top 10 quarterback that's a stretch, in my opinion. Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. All right. We're gonna keep it moving then. All right. So my sit of the week was all the sensation last week, and it's none other than Jackson Dart. Started last week. Blake, why are you shaking your head again?
Because I might start Jackson Dart over Dak Prescott this week in our own league.
No way.
Our league, I might start Jackson Dart over Dak Prescott.
Okay, are you playing me this weekend?
No.
Please. If you're playing me this way, please do that. But anyway, I digress. So he played pretty good against a pretty good Chargers defense last week. Stats weren't great, but got the W. This week, you would think he could be a start, i.e. Blake, against New Orleans. I mean, the Saints are giving up the 6th most fantasy points to QBs at 23.8. So, Blake, you make a valid point. Yeah, you probably should start him. I'm saying hold your water. No Malik Neighbors, no other serious threat at wide receiver is going to make things difficult for Jackson Dart. Now, again, when he came out in the draft, I thought he was the best quarterback in the draft, in my opinion. And I think he'll get there. I just think this game could be one of those games where he shows his rookie form and has more of an up and down game against the Saints defense. That's not good, but the Saints are playing at home. They usually play better. Crowd noise are being affected. Again, what weapons does he have? Name me a Cam Scatterboo. What else? Who else? What receiver is he throwing the ball to? That is my only concern. If Neighbors was playing, he would not be on this list.
That's my hesitation.
Right.
is Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson.
Nope. Yeah. Okay,
That's my only hesitation.
Let's keep it moving. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think he'll be fine. But when you don't have the weapons, it's just hard. And the offensive line isn't that great either. Luckily, he can scramble, and that makes up for a lot of the offensive line's inefficiencies. But I just think this week is one of those weeks that I think he'll return to kind of a rookie form and struggle a little bit. Just my opinion. Moving on.
Staying in Cincinnati.
Oh, yes. Staying in
Go
Cincinnati.
ahead.
No,
Let's hear it.
you're so like disappointed that I'm picking Lions. This is a Lions type of theme show, ladies and gents. I got Lions everywhere. But my start of the week at running back is none other than David Montgomery. Now, folks in Cincinnati know, but you guys may not know. David Montgomery is from Cincinnati, played at Mount Healthy High School, and I'm assuming he's super pumped to play the Bengals, his hometown team. He did not have a great performance last week in terms of output, so he's got to be chomping at the bit. And I don't see any reason not to start him against the Bengals defense that has given up the second, not the first, but the second most fantasy points to running backs at a whopping 31 points a game for running backs. That is insanity. Knuckles may be ranked 22nd or 20th this week in fantasy rankings, but I think he gets top 10 status easily this week against the Bengals. I think you start him. Solid RB2, borderline RB1 for sure this week against the Bengals.
This was going to be my pick as well.
Yes.
So much so, Jason, that in my DraftKings lineup that I do with a bunch of buddies, I found room for not only David Montgomery, but Jahmyr Gibbs as well. I have them both in my starting lineup.
I don't blame you.
Might be a rough week for the Bengals defense.
I mean, they could give up 200 yards rushing this week and 300 yards passing. That could happen. I hope not, but it could happen. Who you got this week? Oh, this is interesting.
It's a very interesting pick. I was doing research and I couldn't believe what I found. A little nugget.
I love your research. Go ahead.
Ramondre Stevenson, my running back start of the week. I didn't look up where he's ranked currently for the week, but I don't have to. I know it's low. I would almost be willing to bet that Stevenson is behind Travion Henderson in the rankings this week. Still.
Not according to ESPN.
No,
he is 24th and Travion is 28th.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. So it kind of backs up your theory. Keep going.
Well, Stevenson actually has been playing well when he's not fumbling the ball. Last week, played 58% of the snaps.
Hold up. When is that? I'm just joking. Go ahead.
He had a 50% route share, and he had 2 red zone carries. He's still the lead back in New England's offense.
Yeah.
14th in explosive run rate, 6th in missed tackles forced per attempt.
Oh, you went deep.
Yeah. Where does Buffalo land in defense against running backs? 18th most points allowed to the running back position. They're allowing the 2nd most rush yards per game, and they are allowing the highest explosive run rate. Back-to-back games, they gave up touchdowns to Ollie Gordon and Kendre Miller.
Yep.
While we might be thinking this may be a passing script for New England,
right?
I think they're going to take advantage of the Bills' defensive weakness, which is the running game, and use the running game to try and keep the ball out of Josh Allen's hands.
So take time off the clock, which is what the Saints tried. If you watch the Saints game, that's what they tried to do.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to run the ball, keep it, and I get it. Like, you get the ball in Josh Allen's hands, you're asking for it. But this is an interesting pick, but your data backs it up. That's an interesting start. I mean, I would say solid flex this week. I mean, RB2 for sure, but solid flex. Yeah, I like it. All right, folks. My sit of the week is this he's killing me. I don't know if you've got him in your leagues, but I know he's killing you. It's Derrick Henry. Another case of how the mighty have fallen. Like, remember last year was the year kind of the running back? Like everybody, Saquon, Derrick Henry, this and that. Well, not so much this year. What better example do we have than Mr. Henry? In his first 4 games in 2024, he averaged 120 yards per game. So far in 2025, he's averaging 71 yards a game. And if you take out his first game against Buffalo, he's averaging 40 yards a game. 40. Derrick Henry. This week, he gets Houston and their tough defense. I mean, they're middle of the pack in fantasy points allowed to running backs, but they got a pretty good front 4 and a pretty good front 7. Now, again, I know you have to start Derrick Henry, but if you think he'll be the Derrick Henry of last year, you're sadly mistaken. Not going to happen. They got injuries on the offensive line. Obviously, Lamar is hurt. So, again, running back 13 for Derrick Henry. I can't remember the last time Derrick Henry was outside of the top 10.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You know who else is having trouble this year?
Who was that?
Saquon Barkley.
Imagine that.
What do you know?
Go ahead and say it.
What?
Regression. Go ahead. That's your favorite word. Come on. That's your favorite word. Touchdown regression.
Touchdown regression.
Yep. Touchdown. I queued it up for you, bro. Queued it up.
Well, my sit of the week is Kenneth Walker. Then I don't know about regression applying here, but Zach Charbonnet is back, and we are back to a split backfield. Seattle's facing Tampa Bay, and the one thing Tampa can do is stop the run.
For sure.
Speaking of Bijan or Barkley, they've allowed 2.3 yards per carry to Barkley, 2.0 yards per carry to Bijan, and only 2.3 yards per carry to Breece Hall.
Pretty good.
Where Tampa is weak in the passing game, that's the one area that they could be beaten. Kenneth Walker isn't really involved in the passing game. Throughout 4 games this year, 6 catches in 4 games. So for me, it'd be hard to sit him, but he's touchdown or bust, in my opinion. He is completely touchdown dependent. He needs to fall into the end zone to be start worthy this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think you're right. I mean, the stats bear it out in terms of, Tampa and their run defense. And Charbonnet, the only time Charbonnet didn't play, I think it was against the Steelers, and that's when Walker had his best game of the year. So clearly that's a running back. That's a money running back room. It's always going to be split carries. Charbonnet's probably going to get the goal line carries and also the reception. So if you're banking on that, then Charbonnet's your guy. And I have Kenneth Walker, so it's kind of a risk. You're right. It's a risk reward. Like whenever I put him in my lineup, I hold my breath. I'm like, see what he does this week, because you just don't know. You really don't know. You don't know. So I think that's a quality sit in terms of running back, starting running back, but not really a starting running back. Because that's why I think deem Kenneth Walker is like, okay, he's a starting running back, but man, Charbonnet is like 1A.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets the ball a heck of a lot. So if you want to contend with that backfield, have at it. But Kenneth Walker definitely probably a good sit this week.
Prior to Charbonnet's injury, he was starting to take over more and more and more of the backfield.
Yeah, we talked about that in one of our episodes. Yeah.
I don't trust him this week.
I agree.
Meaning Kenneth Walker.
Yep. I agree. So my start at wide receiver, we're getting into the wide receivers now. So my start of the week this week is Jalen Waddle. Now, again, I believe everybody saw Tyreek Hill's injury where his leg was like hanging like a piece of linguine. So obviously that was not good. So what that means for Mr. Waddle, that means higher target share and potential uptick in catches as well. The Dolphins play the Panthers, who are surprisingly allowed the 6th fewest fantasy points to wide receivers. That stat shocked me. But Jalen's a little bit of a risk reward, but I'm banking on the fact that Tua's going to look for him as his number 1 receiver, and he'll get double-digit targets for the rest of the year. So my start of the week is Jalen Waddle. I know a lot of times you like to see this thing kind of shake out in terms of when a guy gets hurt, who's going to step in. But I feel like that's a natural, flow for Jalen Waddle to step in and take over for Tyreek Hill and get the majority of the targets and also the receptions.
I think that also gives a bump to Darren Waller.
For sure.
Crazy to bring him up.
Crazy to bring him up. Definitely a waiver wire pickup if you haven't done it this week. Side note.
Oh, someone picked him up.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 touchdowns in his first game back.
Yeah. Not a lot of yards with 2 touchdowns. Nope.
Yep. My start of the week at wide receiver. Here's where we get another conflict, Jason. We can go ahead. We'll just dance right into it. Is AJ Brown.
Let's do a little 2-step, Blake. Go ahead.
We've seen these diva receivers be squeaky, loud, complain, and then what do? They get the rock. Those coaches are going to get the rock to him. And he hasn't had a lack of targets. It's just the Eagles offense. He had 9 targets last week.
He did.
The Eagles offense is just not clicking.
Correct.
They are going to force him the ball this week. They are playing the Broncos.
Right. This is what shocks me right now.
Don't care.
I can't believe our buddy Surtain, and you're like, what? You know he's going to be on him. Okay, go ahead.
There's more, Jason.
There's always more with you. Go ahead.
The Broncos play man at the second highest rate in the NFL.
Okay.
But they have Patrick Surtain.
Correct.
Did you know he's struggling this year, Jason?
Yeah, okay. Keep going.
PFF has him ranked 74th out of 103 qualifying DBs in coverage this year. That's only 4 games.
That's not
good.
But
74th?
That's not good. He's the.
You know who does well against man coverage?
AJ Brown.
He does. He does. Even though he's having a struggle year so far this year, he's great at creating space and getting open in man coverage. As a result, he still ranks 2nd in targets per route run versus man coverage. Only one that's higher than him is Puka. Right. They are going to force feed him the rock today or tomorrow.
Who is they?
Jalen Hurts. The Eagles.
Really? Have you watched Jalen Hurts and some of the tape on him recently?
It's not good.
He does not like to take chances with the ball, which is not good for any of the receivers he has, which hence the reason, again, I see where you're coming from. I see the Surtain thing kind of threw me for a loop. Good stat. But my sit of the week is your start of the week. I can't see how, and I have AJ Brown, so this is personal for me. I have him in 2 leagues, and I can't deal with him anymore. I can't do it, Blake. I am not starting him this week. His stats aren't good. Jalen Hurts doesn't like to take chances with the ball. And if your quarterback doesn't like to take chances with the ball, that means your receivers are never going to get the ball. So I can run through all the stats and everything like this and how his stat lines are not very good. But at the end of the day, the Eagles play a certain way, and it does not lend itself to consistent play at the wide receiver position, whether that be the Slim Reaper, whether that be AJ Brown, whether that be God, you just don't know. And I have a hard time believing this week with the Broncos coming into town. And I'm assuming Pat Surtain knows he's not playing well. I think he's going to get up for this game. I don't see he's wide receiver 19. I'm not starting him personally. You can start him, and please let me know when you end up with 5 points and see how you feel about that. You're going to not be happy. Go ahead.
Here's what we're going to do.
Here's what we're going to do. Lay it on me.
The over-under.
Okay.
On DraftKings.
Okay.
It's right in the middle.
Right.
The yardage totals are anywhere from 58 and a half up to 61 and a half.
Okay.
So we're going to play the DraftKings line of 59 and a half.
Okay.
If he hits the over,
right,
egg on your face next week.
For sure.
If it's the under, back to back for me.
2 eggs on your face.
Deal?
Deal.
You good with 59 and a half?
I'm good with 59 and a half.
All right, I'll take that over.
All right, we're good. I can't believe you're sitting this guy. You should be ashamed of yourself. You think AJ Brown, I'm sitting AJ Brown and you're sitting this guy? Come on. Can't believe
What has he done?
I know. What has AJ Brown done?
He has a quarterback.
That gets him the ball?
He has a quarterback.
That gets him the ball. Yeah, he has a quarterback. Doesn't he get him the ball?
Jamar Chase does not have a quarterback.
Okay, fair enough.
He can't get him the ball.
Okay, let's talk about Mr. Chase, the #1 pick in most fantasy drafts this year.
is being told to be sat until further notice.
Please elaborate.
Good Lions defense. No Burrow. 2 games, 10 catches, 73 yards total.
Okay.
The Lions are coming to Cincinnati. They shut down the Browns, and they really slowed down the Ravens. You don't think they're going to shut down Jake Browning? And Aiden Hutchinson, I didn't look up his bets, but I might look for 2+.
2+ sacks?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because our offensive line is awful.
You're right. I'm not going to
Browning is going to
point.
There are going to be no chances taken with Jake Browning throwing the ball. All he wants to do is check it down. There's no check downs to Jamar Chase.
I would agree with you on that. He's gun shy.
Yes. Go get us a quarterback, Mike Brown.
Oh, are you calling out the Bengals organization right now?
I said that.
I think you just did. All right. Keep going.
So there's no one on the Bengals that you start.
No one.
I don't think so.
Wow. Going into the year, if somebody would have told you that, you'd think they were smoking crack.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I understand, though. Hence the reason I'm not starting A.J. Brown. We're going to have to watch these receivers this weekend. I think it's going to be an interesting weekend. I think the Bengals at least make a concerted effort to get Jamar the ball a lot more. I just do. So I would have a hard time starting him this week after the performance last week. And he wasn't a week before. He wasn't a squeaky wheel, but he basically called out the team and said, "Hey, we're not playing with some fire. We're not playing with fire." So regardless of how the outcome will be Sunday against Detroit, I think the Bengals will play better, but I just think the Lions are way too good of a team. And at some point, the cream of the crop rises to the top and talent takes over. And the Bengals just don't have talent man for man like the Lions, period.
Hence why you're taking the layup at the tight end start of the week.
Oh, now you're making fun of now he's making fun of me, folks. Yup, I am taking a layup back on the Lions train. I am starting Sam Laporta against the Bengals. Blake, for good reason. Come on. The tight ends.
I know, that's why I said it's a layup.
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals and tight ends just don't mix. They haven't covered a tight end since they came into the NFL. And that's been over 50 years we're talking here.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I could give you stats, but the Bengals D's giving up the 5th most fantasy points to tight ends. I don't really have a lot to go off of, but my past history, either watching or being at Bengals games or watching tight ends run down the field wide open, that's happened a lot. Sam Laporta is the number 6 tight end this week. I think he breaks into the top 5 pretty easily. Could be number 1.
Very well could be.
That's all I got. Short and sweet on that one.
Don't need much.
We know what's going to happen. Go ahead.
If you're from Cincinnati, you don't need much of an explanation to sell that case.
Not at all.
I mean, the Bengals make every tight end look good.
Everyone. Even the backup to the backup.
Yep. So my start of the week, coming off the waiver wire, Mr. Mason Taylor. It was someone that I targeted as late option in drafts. Didn't end up pulling the trigger on him in any drafts because of his high ankle sprain that he was dealing with from August. I mentioned him earlier in episodes. If you were able to snag him this week off of waivers, you might have found gold if you're willing to hold on to him long enough. Last week, kind of had a breakout game. 5 catches on 7 targets for 65 yards. Past 2 weeks, combined 13 targets. Still hasn't found the end zone, but I think he's just getting started. I think Justin Fields has found his number 2 receiver. This week he's got the Cowboys, which isn't an exciting matchup from a statistical perspective. They are fairly middle of the road, but I think as a number 2 receiver in the Jets offense, which isn't going to be a high-powered passing offense, he's going to see enough targets to qualify and warrant starting.
I agree. I think this is, again, to your point, this is what we talked about. Like, maybe you should consider picking him up. And I think the more he plays, the more he gets comfortable with Fields. I think the more Fields gets comfortable with him. I think that connection is there. So he could be a guy, definitely a guy that could warrant starting, but especially if you got a guy on a bye week. Let the Kyle Pitts, if you got Kyle Pitts on a bye week, this is a perfect fit right into your tight end position for this week. But I like the way Mason Taylor is trending. His trending is up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Getting in early. I will say,
Exactly.
I did pay attention to the egg on the face, Jason.
Yeah.
And my sit of the week is coming out of Buffalo.
I'm surprised about this one.
I think he's going to have a hard time finding points this week.
Okay.
Hunter Henry is going against Buffalo. Buffalo's good against tight ends. Egg on the face, right?
I'm done rubbing it in.
Mark Andrews, Juwan Johnson, Mason Taylor combined for less than 9 fantasy points.
Ooh, that's low.
Henry also has a history of struggling against Buffalo. His past 5 games, he's only had 15 catches, 130 yards, and 1 touchdown. But there's outliers. Most of those points came in 2 games.
Right.
3 of the 5, he was held under 4.7 PPR points.
Ooh.
Bad, right?
That is bad.
He might have some tough sledding this week against Buffalo, especially if the game goes as we think it's going to go, where New England's going to run the ball more than throw the ball.
I agree.
Might be a tough week.
Yep. This one's hard for me because the only thing I can think of is why you would maybe not sit him, Blake, is because of the familiarity with division opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing that would be, I think that would work in Hunter Henry's favor, in my opinion. But it also could work against him. I mean, you could take the side of, does it work for him? Does it work against him? Yeah. I don't think he has the output that he had last week. Or did he have 2 touchdowns last week? He had a pretty good game last week. It was either last week or the week before. One of those. So anyway, what I'm saying is sneaky, yeah, but if you got other options, I agree with Blake. You probably should play him. This one could be a boom or bust. Touchdown dependent, maybe. Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe one of those games.
It is touchdown dependent for sure.
Yep. I agree. My sit of the week, at tight end is none other than TJ Hawkinson. We thought he would have a better stat line than he's had so far just because of the Jordan Addison being out and Justin Jefferson and the weapons they have. But in 4 games, TJ Hawkinson has 15, 12, 49, and 39 receiving yards. Not great. Now, couple the fact that Jordan Addison is back, so I expected his production to take a hit. Lastly, they play Cleveland, who over the last 3 weeks has allowed the 6th fewest fantasy points to tight ends. I think if you have other options, i.e. Mason Taylor, than TJ, you should probably play him this week against the Browns defense. That's pretty good. You agree with me for once?
Yes, I did. I agree.
You didn't shake your head this time. You went like this.
Yes, I give you a yes.
Yes. We got some waiver wire stuff going on now too.
Speaking of tight ends, getting ahead of the waiver wire, I got a guy. I got a guy.
He's definitely a guy.
Sneaky. Yeah. Forgotten about, maybe, because of Juwan Johnson. Mr. Taysom Hill is back at practice, and they haven't said whether he's going to play this week or not. But this is a guy that, as you all know, can go off for 20, 30, sometimes 40 points, depending on how the game's script and how they choose to use him that week. So might be worth going and grabbing while he's a free agent before he hits waiver wires next week.
I am 100% on board with this because of the I mean, how many years have we seen Taysom Hill have just a ridiculous, like, out of nowhere? And typically a guy would play him because his other guys on a bye. And you're playing that guy, and all of a sudden Taysom Hill has 40 points. You're like, what in the world just happened? I mean, I guarantee that's happened to a lot of people who are listening. So if you have an opportunity to pick up Taysom Hill, I would do it just for the simple fact you're keeping him away from everybody else. That would be the main reason I would pick him up, just to keep him away from everybody else. Because you talk about boom or bust. Like, he can have 40 in one game and come back the next game and have 3. I mean, he is a total boom or bust player, but in certain circumstances, he could benefit you. Like I said, if guys are on bye, i.e. Kyle Pitts or any other tight end that, Jonnu Smith, any other tight ends that are on buys this week. So somebody to definitely consider.
Yes, sir.
My waiver wire ad is, well, he played Thursday and he had a heck of a game. It's Kendrick Bourne. And I think after his performance Thursday, Blake, 10 receptions on 11 targets for 142 yards. I'm assuming he is a hot waiver pick and he has been picked up in most leagues. But if he is somehow, some way still available in your league and you need a wide receiver, which most people do because of buys, I would definitely snag him for the foreseeable future just because of the injuries. The Niners can't keep anybody healthy. Nobody. Purdy's out. All the receivers are out. Kittle's out. Thank God for McCaffrey. He's the guy that's always out, but that's in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then how do you feel about their tight end, Tonjes or whatever?
I think he's a late.
Back-to-back weeks, and we're looking at still a few weeks for Kittle to come back?
I think he's a late. He may not be now, but I think people have recognized that he's had some production. If you look at his target share the last couple games, it's gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right, let's move on to our favorite segment.
Let's
the
do
Survivor picks.
Yes.
I'll go first. So I'm taking the obvious. So far this year, I've taken Cards, Ravens, Seahawks, and Texans.
Yes.
4-0 on the year.
Right.
I'm going with the obvious one this week. Going with your Detroit Lions over the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, no controversy like last week? You have to listen, you could gloat over your pick last week. The Texans.
Which one specifically?
Oh, really? Which one specifically? The Texans over the Titans. I thought that game would be close. That was a blowout.
Yeah.
And folks, he texted me to let me know that it was a blowout too. He had to get that. He had to get that dig in. So I got that text on Sunday about 6:00 or something like that. He's like, "Oh yeah, remember that game you thought was going to be close? Well, it wasn't so close." So a little bit of egg on my face, but not as much as yours. But I mean, I digress. Go ahead.
Was last week the week we hit both caution picks too?
We did. We need to mention that too. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot. Why don't you pull up last week's episode real quick and grab that because I forget which ones we had, or I will after while you're doing yours.
Nope. I got it right here. Keep going.
All right. So this week, Lions over Bengals. Lions favored by 10.5. Jared Goff versus Jake Browning. Lions scoring an average of 34 a game. Bengals allowing 30 points a game and only scoring an average of 15 points per game. And that includes the weeks with Joe Burrow. So I haven't used the Lions yet. This is the week. Don't care if it's on the road. Don't care if it's outdoors. There's no way the Bengals keep up with the Lions.
I agree. No way.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I'll say my caution pick of the week, though, is the Eagles over Denver, Jason. I know I'm saying start A.J. Brown. I still think he hits over 60 yards. I still think he's going to get the receptions. I still think he's going to be a wide receiver. Push wide receiver.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't you do
20.
it.
He's top 20.
Okay. you were going there. You were going there. Like, don't do it. I saved you. Keep going.
So Eagles are 20-1 in their last 21 games. With the offense not clicking, I don't know how. Somehow they're still finding ways to win. Somehow they're getting it done. They didn't complete a single pass in the second half last week, Jason. Not one completion. A.J. Brown's unhappy. Barkley's struggling. I don't know how long they can keep it up with the offense working the way it is and solely relying on their defense. And this may be the week where it comes to bite them.
Yeah. I think if you look at some of the pundits, if you've watched ESPN or Fox, whatever you watch, they're saying the Eagles are due for a loss. It is coming soon because of the lack of production on offense and just it's just a stale type of offense. It's stale. It just doesn't look. I don't know. I can't nobody can put their finger on it, but they're winning, to your point. But at some point, it comes back to bite you. And this could be the week that it comes back to bite them. I agree with that. Agree totally. Do you want me to go over our caution picks last week, or do you want to?
Let's hit them.
All right. Well, I'll start with you because I think you made the caution pick of the year so far. You had the Chargers over the Giants, meaning the Giants were going to win, or the Chargers were going to potentially beat the Giants, but you had that as a caution pick, and the Giants ended up winning.
Yep.
I'll let you have the floor.
No, I mean, it is what it is. What if Jackson Dart shows up?
Yeah. Cross country travel, rookie quarterback. 2 rules,
right.
folks. 2 rules. And we said this is a dangerous one.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. And it came to fruition. And mine was San Francisco over Jacksonville. I thought that was caution. And when you would have thought Jacksonville traveling to the West Coast would have been an issue. But I think we've always said the West Coast teams traveling east have more trouble than the East Coast teams traveling west, right?
100%.
So in that context, this made sense for me. And lo and behold, Jacksonville pulls out the W. So we were 2 for 2 on caution picks. I don't think
their defense is sneaky good, man.
Jacksonville is sneaky good. They should be undefeated. The Bengals should not have beat Jacksonville in that game. And now they get Kansas City this week. They win that game. People gonna start talking. Meaning Jacksonville.
This is one that was a pick that I almost made, but I did not choose the caution pick of Kansas City over Jacksonville because it was so low on the popularity radar that I didn't feel it was worth it, where Philly's a little bit higher.
I get that. I honestly, I looked at it too, but I was like, I can't really choose back-to-back weeks. I mean, I could ride that train, but I didn't. I thought about it for a hot second. I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with another caution pick. But again, kudos to us. 2 for 2 on the cautions.
I mean, 4-0 yesterday or 4-0 last week. Hit both of our cautions and hit both of our safe plays.
See, we're doing something right, man. We're doing all right.
We should listen to ourselves more when we do our own survivors.
Shh. Don't tell anybody, Blake. You're not supposed to say that, man. You're not supposed to say that. Let me get into my safe and caution picks for the week. My safe pick this week is Indy over Las Vegas. Indy coming off a tough loss against the Rams. Probably should have won that game when you look back on some of the mistakes that they made. But they are home this week against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are 1-3, coming off a tough loss against the Bears. They lost on a blocked field goal. As of today, I think the spread is 6.5. I think the Colts come out on a mission. I think they blow the Raiders out. I think they cover whatever the spread is up to this point. And last thing, if you're betting, Geno Smith is leading the league in INTs with 7. Just throwing that out there.
Over 0.5 INTs.
Correct. He's hit it every game.
All right. Your caution?
My caution is Minnesota over Cleveland in Europe. Rules. Rookie quarterback. I would say the travel is an issue, but both teams have been over there. Minnesota's actually been over there 2 weeks. Cleveland won. So you would think that would favor Minnesota, but I'm not so sure. I do know one thing, Blake. I'm a defensive guy, and I know defense travels well. The Browns have the top-ranked defense in the NFL, only allowing 225 yards per game. This looks like a nice rebound game for Minnesota, but be careful. This could get interesting, especially with a rookie quarterback at the helm for the Browns.
I like it, man.
I like it too. Sunday six-pack?
Let's do that. Let's record another episode for that one. Let's separate them out.
I got you. All right. We'll plug the socials in. Let's get it going. We've been hot on the socials.
Wow, a lot of commentary on the socials this past week. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and still appreciate any likes and subscribes and follows and ratings on the Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Yep. Anything else, my man?
That's it.
All right, folks. Well, this has been the episode of the Sunday Fun Day, guys. That's a wrap. And Fanatics, remember, make this Sunday your fun day. Sunday Fun Day, guys, out.